Hello, everybody. After going through the Disposition self-assessment survey, going through pretty much all of those, I believe that you need to be strongly agreeing with most, if not all of those, to be a successful educator and be able to provide the proper levels of education for your students. I think that some attributes or dispositions that I already possess would be involved with like relationship building. I've been coaching high school athletics for a long time between wrestling and unified sports, which is an inclusive sport for all students with disabilities and without disabilities. So I think I have like a pretty good array of experience with building relationships with students in various different aspects. I also am in a support position right now at Dundalk High School in Baltimore County, and I'm in classrooms and helping to support students with different levels of need with their education and social development. So I think a lot of those, my strengths right now would be with building strong relationships, which could in turn help model behaviors for students and help them grow with problem solving skills and become active learners and listeners, and just their critical thinking, which can help with helping support their education and progress. Some of the dispositions that I think that I would need to work on would include just being more professional as my role right now. Not in, I don't have the same responsibilities as a teacher. I'm just there to provide support for the classroom, but most of the time, a couple students specifically that need extra support with their growth and just the content, depending on what their needs are. So just being professional and consistent with everybody, I think would be something that I need to work on before I enter the classroom as a first year teacher. Um, Again, some attributes that a professional educator should and how they should behave would include things like being fair, firm, supportive, knowledgeable, engaging, caring, consistent, obviously professional, and themselves being a lifelong learner, just so that they can build off experiences they have with certain students or different experiences they have throughout whatever education situation they're in, that they can build onto and grow as an educator themselves. Um, and just holding themselves to a high standard regarding the dispositions and just different attributes that students would need out of their teachers to be successful. I think that a teacher could, if they don't hold themselves to a high standard and fulfill like many of the dispositions and provide the certain attributes to the students, then it could negatively affect their psychological and moral development, as role models, teachers, and just guidance in general can help certain aspects of development, and whether it's learning development, emotional, social, any aspect of development without having proper guidance could really struggle, especially in the classroom and in the early years of education. You're with one teacher most of the day, so that could really have an effect on how a student's relationship with education and learning in general is. Um, I think that a teacher should also be very self-reflective so that they can make sure that they hold themselves to the expectations of professionalism, the code of ethics for teachers, many and various of the dispositions that teachers need to be showing through their education and their teaching, and the relevant laws and policies. Just, I think planning self-reflection through various times can make a big difference with that. And I think that inside the classroom, especially as I'm either going to be hopefully a history teacher or be a PE and health teacher, I think that a lot of times the material just gives you opportunities to inject moral lessons and to help with character development, moral development, help just personal development of ethics and values just throughout different content areas that you're speaking of, which I would hope to inject into my own teaching to students. That is basically everything I wanted to discuss about teaching dispositions. Thank you guys.